recycle work and recycling work.
Absolutely.
So you even when you were a kid, you were already helping out with the family business. You were already actively recycling.
Absolutely. When I was 10, we were already active, doing recycling and all that. So we know that how it operates, how the trade, how the business, how do we add value along the way since back then. But we were doing that in such a way that everything was labor. Yeah, so it started to grow at the back of my mind that, hey, what if I start using technology in this? How could I innovate? How could I use machine and other type of technology so that we can do this faster, better, and cheaper?
But, Mrs. Yah, I mean, we're talking about operating a truck, right?
Yeah.
To collect old newspapers to a multi-million ringgit factory setup that produces not only recyclable plastics, but very high-tech recyclable plastic. The journey must have been amazing. Tell us I'll give you 1 minute to condense the history of that into...
Yeah, I'll try to do that. I think the first thing that we discovered was the fragmentation.
Okay.
Yeah? We have 6 different types of operations and they're all running individually.
Okay.
So what we do essentially is that we integrate all 6 very fragmented core process under one roof. But when we integrate that was never been done before, here in Malaysia or the entire Southeast Asia. So what happens then? We start to design and create and innovate and build our own technology and machine so that we can do all this to integrate the entire system together to make our smart plastic. So when we first have that, we were not sure whether this would work.
Right.
And we decided, we talked to a couple mentors, and one of the mentors we talked to was MTDC.
From when you decided that, all right, we need to inject technology and innovation into the traditional recycling business that you were doing.
If I were to stay within commodity business, that would definitely become a sunset business.
Yeah.
Technology is the one that changed the playfield, changed the game altogether.
Yeah.
And in order to survive, in order to thrive, we need to do international business. And by injection of technology, we could then play the game very differently. For example, if you are an automotive company that you are making a product using a plastic material, and your concern will be the heat tolerance of it, me offering you another product whereby it can actually dissipate heat. So it works like metal, but it's actually plastic. So I customize that. So suddenly, I don't play the game as a commodity. That's always priced under the new material. Now it becomes a smart plastic that priced over. Then we get a premium over that. So by changing that game, it actually shifted us from a sunset industry to a sunrise industry. Kind of like the place that we're talking around here. You would think that, before this the old JB was something else.
And look at it now.
Look at it now.
Right.
So it's how you actually keep the integrity of the old and that heritage and transform to something new. If you were given a second chance, what would you do to make it new while preserving the old?
What sort of plastic waste is of most value to you?
We actually take all kinds of plastic scrap or plastic waste, but mainly packaging and household. So these are the kind of things that we are doing.
Like bottles and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are able to create this, R&D. From an R&D point of view, we can create a prototype. And one of the things that's very important to make this work, to commercialize this, is the help that we're getting. For example, we get a lot of help from MTDC. The most important and significant one, the first one, is actually being the first believer into our R&D.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So even at the point that we weren't so sure that we could get it done, MTDC step in and say, love the idea, make it work.
Okay.
And then when we make it work, they come in and help and say, we'll help you to commercialize.
Right.
And it doesn't stop there. They continue to do value-adding services so that they can actually take you to become a worldwide, a global company. We export to 24 different countries right now, and we have 32 IPs at this point.